everyone. We're the Pass the Time Players, and we want to welcome you to our 15th story, The Ugly Duckling. Now, before we get started tonight, we'd like to invite you to follow us on YouTube and to like our Facebook page. But now, let's get started with our story and meet our cast.
Hi, I'm Becky, and I'm going to be the narrator.
And I'm Debbie, and I will be the mother duck.
Hi, I'm Kyle, and I'll be the Rooster.
I'm Joe, and I will be playing the farmer.
Hi, I'm Shayna, and I will be playing the Swan.
And I am Tony, and I will be playing the Ugly Duckling.
So now sit back, relax, and enjoy The Ugly Duckling.
Once upon a time, on an old farm, there was a duck family. The mother duck had been sitting on a clutch of new eggs.
It's about time that my eggs hatch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 ducklings I'll have. I'm so excited. They'll be so beautiful and bring so much joy to my life.
But something was not right. You see, 6 of the eggs hatched beautiful little yellow puffs of feathers. But Mother Duck noticed one extra egg still sitting in the nest.
That egg didn't hatch, and it's bigger than all the rest. I don't remember laying that 7th egg. I wonder how it got into my nest. Did I count my eggs wrong?
But before she had time to think about it, the last egg finally hatched. It was a strange-looking duckling with gray feathers. The duckling that should have been yellow gazed up at a worried mother. Mother Duck had never seen anything like it, but she scooped it up and put it with the other ducklings. All 7 grew quickly, but Mother Duck had a secret worry.
Can't understand how this ugly duckling can be one of mine.
The gray duckling certainly wasn't pretty, and since he ate far more than his brothers, he was outgrowing them all. As the days went by, the poor ugly duckling became more and more unhappy. His brothers teased him and didn't want to play with him. They said terrible, hurtful things like, "Stay away from us, we don't want to play with you. You are so ugly. Mother says you're our brother, but we don't believe it. You're not one of us." And all the farmyard animals simply laughed at him, even the pig who spent most of his time in the mud. One day, he told the duckling, "You don't belong here. You should run away." The ugly duckling felt sad and lonely, even though Mother Duck did her best to console him.
Oh, my poor little duckling. Why are you so different from the others? Don't be sad. Sometimes differences are a good thing.
But that didn't make him feel any better. He didn't like being so different. He secretly wept at night. He felt nobody wanted him.
Nobody loves me. They all tease me. Why am I so different from my brothers? Why?
Then one day at sunrise, he ran away from the farmyard. He stopped at a pond and began to question all the other birds.
Hey, do you know any other ducklings with gray feathers like mine?
But everyone just shook their heads. They had never seen anyone quite like that gray feathered duck. The ugly duckling was sad, but not discouraged. He decided to just keep asking questions. Surely he would fit in somewhere. He went to another pond where a pair of large geese gave him the same answer.
Hey, geese! Hello? Geese, do you know any ducklings with gray feathers like mine?
But the geese told him that they had never seen anyone quite like him. But they also warned him not to stay. It was dangerous. There are men with guns all around the pond. The duckling was starting to feel sorry he had ever left the farmyard. He missed his mother and his brothers, even though he was sure they didn't miss him. Then one day, he reached an old woman's cottage. Thinking he was a stray goose, she caught him. She put the strange-looking duck in a hutch by the side of her cottage. "I hope it's a female and lays plenty of eggs," said the old woman, whose eyesight was poor. But the ugly duckling laid not one single egg. The rooster, who woke them up each morning, taunted the ugly duckling.
Just wait. If you don't lay eggs, the old woman will pop you into a pot.
A pot? What do you mean?
A cooking pot. You, my boy, will be Sunday dinner. If I were you, I would start laying those eggs, and soon.
But I don't know how to lay eggs. What am I supposed to do? I don't want to be Sunday dinner, or any dinner for that matter.
And the cat, who lived in the barn, wasn't very friendly either. She teased the ugly duckling by promising to chew on his bones once the old woman cooked him for dinner. The poor ugly duckling was so scared that he lost his appetite. Every day the old woman would come out to check for eggs, and each day she was disappointed. So she kept trying to fatten up the poor ugly duckling so that she could have a good dinner.
I just hope someone would love me. I need to get out of here somehow.
Then one night, after the old woman brought his meal out to the hutch, she forgot to close and latch the door. The ugly duckling knew this was his chance to escape. He quietly slipped out the door and into the night. Once again, he was all alone. He fled as far away as he could, and at dawn he found himself in a thick bed of reeds.
If nobody wants me, I'll hide here forever.
There was plenty of food, and the duckling began to feel a little happier, although he was still very lonely. One day at sunrise, he saw a flight of beautiful birds flying overhead. They were white with long, slender necks, yellow beaks, and large wings. They were beautiful. They were migrating south.
If only I could look like them just for a day.
Winter came, and the water in the reed bed froze. The poor duckling left his home to seek food in the snow. It wasn't easy. He searched and searched without any success. He was hungry and tired. He dropped exhausted to the ground. A farmer who was just heading home saw him, scooped him up, and put him in his big jacket pocket.
I'll take you home to my children. They'll look after you. Poor thing, you're almost frozen.
The duckling was showered with kindly care at the farmer's house. It was a life he had never known. By springtime, he was all grown up. The farmer told his children that it was time to take their special guest back to the pond. Sadly, they agreed. They knew it was best, but they were going to miss their special friend.
I'll set him free, as he should be.
So the farmer gently picked him up and carried him down to the pond, which was once again melted and sparkling in the sunlight. That was when the duckling saw himself mirrored in the water.
Oh my goodness, how I've changed. I hardly recognize myself.
Just then, the flight of swans were winging north again and glided onto the pond. When the duckling saw them, he realized he was one of their kind. He looked just like them. He swam out to meet them.
Who are you? What are you?
We're swans, just like you. Where have you been hiding all winter? How'd you survive the cold?
Swans? I'm a swan? Oh, it's a long story.
Now he was so happy and swam majestically with his fellow swans. At last he felt he belonged. One day he heard children on the riverbank exclaim, "Look at that young swan. He's the finest of them all." He felt proud to be a swan. Just then he saw some ducks across the pond. He recognized them. It was his mother and his brothers. He swam across the pond.
Hello, Mother. It's me.
Oh, my sweet boy, what happened to you? I searched, but I couldn't find you. I was so afraid one of the hunters had taken you away.
No, Mother, I didn't feel like I fit in. I was so different from you and all my other brothers, and now I know why. Look!
The ugly duckling pointed across the pond to where the swans were swimming and waiting for him.
I finally found where I belong, but I still love you.
And we love you. Remember, we may look different, but we can all swim in the same pond.
And his mother was right, and everyone was happy.
The end. We hope you liked our story this evening. Thank you for joining us. Now remember, like us on Facebook and follow us on YouTube. And until next time, we're the Pass the Time players. Bye.
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 Bye.